There's a road I'm walking on, full of promise and of woes, and the fog has not yet gone. Oh no, but as it goes, I want you to know, wherever I go, I'll take your hand, baby, into the light of day. 'Cause we'll never see just how far we've come, baby, if we stay. And nobody knows just where this road will lead, but I'll take your hand as he's leading me. We'll walk on the shores of this beautiful sea and into the light of day. There's a season for us all. Life can spring as people fall, yeah. And the wonder of it all, oh, is as it goes, you can still know, oh, oh, oh. Wherever I go, I'll take your hand, baby, into the light of day. 'Cause we'll never see just how far we've come, baby, if we stay. And nobody knows just where this road will lead, but I'll take your hand as he's leading me. We'll walk on the shores of this beautiful sea and into the light of day. And I won't let go, no, never. Just how far we've come, baby, if we stay. Oh, and nobody knows just where this road will lead, but I'll take your hand as he's leading me. We'll walk on the shores of this beautiful sea and into the light of day. We'll walk on the shores of this beautiful sea and into the light of day. Love of my life, deep in my eyes, there you will find what you need. And give me your life, the lust and the lies, the past you're afraid I might see. You've been running away from me, yeah, now you're my lover, I'm yours. Death shall not part us, and you I died for.
You might want to close your eyes. It'll take some time adjusting. Welcome to your life. You're everything you'll someday be. There's a weight off my shoulders. There's laughter in the air. You are the answer to every midnight prayer. Your mind to love. We have all been waiting on you. Your mind to love. Come into these open arms. It took some time to wait it out, but I see it now. You're worth all the dreaming of. Your mind to love. Your mind to love. You might want to take your time, taking all this technicolor. Yeah. We're on your side. Let us be the ones you need. There's a life on my shoulder, laughter in the air. You are the answer to all those midnight prayers. Your mind to love. We have all been waiting on you. Your mind to love. Come into these open arms. It took some time to wait it out, but I see it now. You're worth all the dream of. Your mind to love. Your mind to love. Every time that my heart was broken, every time that I lost my way, I forget when I look into your face. Your mind to love. We have all been waiting on you. Yeah. Your mind to love. Come into these open arms. 'Cause I'm right here. It took some time to wait it out, but I see it now. You're worth the dreaming of. Your mind to love. Your mind to love. Your mind to love. Your mind to love. So you might want to close your eyes.
My life before I came into the Lord, well, I was Catholic, so I went to Catholic school, Catholic church every Sunday, Sunday school, everything, and basically I felt like I was a good person. I, was nice to other people. I was smart. I had friends. I didn't get in trouble often. I didn't realize that I wasn't saved. I didn't realize that I didn't know the Lord. I would have, I believed in God, and I thought that's all there was to it.
My life before I came into the Lord, 22 years of craziness, I'll tell you that one. I grew up in a Black Baptist church in Norfolk where I rarely saw the gospel or heard anything about Jesus, heard about social issues and change. And then I never saw anything like that at home. I didn't see anything about Christianity or Jesus at home. So growing up in a family where none of that existed and we just were churchgoers on Sunday, really left me to believe that God did not exist. And once I was in school and I started learning more, I was educated and realized that God could not exist.
but in high school things kind of changed, you know, your appearance changes, and I just kind of got more consumed with my image, and you know, it was always whatever the next thing was that I could acquire that I was kind of seeking satisfaction in. I wouldn't have said that then because I didn't realize that that's what I was doing, but I was really seeking fulfillment in something.
Every single morning I would wake up from being blacked out the night before, or driving somewhere crazy, or doing something absolutely insane. That next morning I realized, like, I don't want my life to be like this. There's no fun in this at all. Even though I was claiming to everybody, I was lying to every single person. No one really knew what was going on the inside, other than maybe probably my grandmother. My grandmother always knew what was going on with me.
When I went to college, I really, I didn't get involved in the party scene. I tried to, but I didn't fit in. Luckily, I had plenty of time to myself since I wasn't really going out. I was able to really just spend time in my room, and you know, now I know that it was the drawing of the Holy Spirit for me to do these things, but I was reading the Word.
There were several instances where that happened, where I realized that there had to be something else going on, coupled with the fact that my grandmother passed away. It was my best friend. She knew everything about me. When she passed, I told my mom, I was like, if God is so good, if your God, like she told me this, if your God is so good, how could he do this? That's what I said to her. And she didn't have an answer for me. But in my heart, I knew that God existed that day.
Soon after that, I had been, one of my friends, Megan Trotter, brought me to church with her, and I went to Aletheia, and I met these people, and they were so nice, and they were so loving. They had this genuine love for me, and they had this joy and this peace, and I just remember wanting that. And I remember going home that day just praying, like, God, what is it that they have that I don't? And I just really began to seek the Lord after that, and try to figure out what that was.
You know, emotionally, I realized that, you know, there had to be something else out there. So coupled with everything that was going on in my life, you know, I did research whether God was just this figure in the sky that doesn't care about us, or if God was this personal God that, you know, was here and cared deeply about us.
In my freshman year, I then met up with Pastor Dave Prophet, and we had lunch, and he shared the gospel with me, and he shared the gospel with me in a way that I had never heard it before, probably because my eyes and heart had been open to it at that time. But I just remember thinking, like, wow, that makes so much sense. And it was the first time that I really realized, like, I'm not a good person. Like, I have sinned so much against God, and I continue to sin against God. And it was that day that I really realized that my desperate need for Christ. And so my life radically changed after that day. I had this overwhelming joy that I had been saved, this overwhelming joy that Christ loved me so much to die for me, to die in my place. I
realized that there had to be a personal God. Now, all these religions, you know, all had the same concepts in them and the same premises, and was all based on doing things to gain acceptance, except for the message of Christianity, which based on this guy named Jesus Christ. I found a church home, and I fell in love with the people, their glow, and their joy. I saw men being men for the first time in my life. I saw men standing up and saying, no, this is wrong, but this is the truth. I saw men that were leading their families well, that were having full-time jobs and also doing ministry on the side, formal ministry as we would call it. I saw that, and I wanted to be like them. And so I joined a church, and my life hasn't been the same since. that changed my life, knowing that he was a historical person and knowing that he really was God based on the text. Led me to repent of my sins, really saying, no, I don't want that life anymore. I don't want to live like that. And being utterly convinced that he really was God, having faith in him. And, you know, from that time, my life has changed.
Tulips and his daisies, your favorite flowers lately. You think that I ain't listening, but you know I do. With your tulips on me, baby, my head starts getting daisy. Don't give me a flower, what I want is you. It happened on the day you put your hand in mine. You went up to my head just like a glass of wine. Girl, you sparked my attention like a firefly. Make me happy to be alive. Into a room like summer breeze at noontime. Baby, out of 9, I give you 10. Your love is like an ocean, surfing, spray emotion. Baby, I'm a diver and I love to swim. It happened on the day you put your hand in mine. You went up to my head just like a glass of wine. Girl, you sparked my attention like a firefly. It made me happy to be alive. Of what I feel is hard to rhyme. Ain't it good to know your boy gave it a try? Oh, a try. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd take 1,000 colors just to paint your eyes. Like saving grace, they raise me up to paradise. This ain't opinion, it's consensus from my heart and mind. You make me happy to be alive. Oh, oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
So how did we meet? Babe, how did we meet?
At church.
We did meet at church. We met at church about a month or so before her baptism, and right after her baptism, like, we both became instant best friends. It was really weird. I don't know how it happened.
I thought he was just the coolest person I'd ever met, even though I didn't really know him very well, but for some reason, right when I met him, I knew he was the coolest person ever.
I'm not the coolest person in the world, and she will soon find out that I'm not. But it's cool to have your best friend think that you're the coolest person in the world. You know, I was just continually getting her plugged into the church at different places and parties and everything like that, and we were just best friends. Like, wouldn't you consider us like best friends? Yeah, she was like my cute little sister. Like, I absolutely loved her. She was awesome. She was the coolest girl. And so that's, like, you know, our relationship kind of started like that. Where we literally were best friends, and then she went home for the summer. She went home back to Virginia Beach, and
We would talk on the phone like every single day and text every single day.
we would, which is totally not appropriate now that I
don't
look
know
back
why.
at it. But like we were best friends. Like, I couldn't help it. She was my cute little sister. Like, that's how I viewed her. Like, I don't know what the date was, but we were in a series in Philippians called Advance at the church, and Paul had finished preaching chapter 1, and I used to tell her my Bible studies. I used to tell her, the sermons. So I was going over Philippians chapter 1 with her while we were on the phone together. The Lakers were playing in the background, like it was the playoffs, and I realized like I need to get off the phone so I can watch this game. So I called, so I was on the phone. When I was on the phone with her, I told her, "Hey, Brittany, I think I need to go." She said, "Well, who's playing?"
No, I already knew it was the Lakers.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. And and so and then she said, "Who's playing?" And I was like, "The Lakers." She goes, "Oh, I love the Lakers. They're my favorite team." So we watched like the game together another 3.5 hours, 5+ hours on the phone. That night I realized that I really liked her more than just a friend and a sister, and I needed to tell her about that. So we just continued to talk, and I knew I needed to pursue after her. Just so happens I got stuck in Norfolk for the rest of the summer. And that's how it went. We've been together ever since. We got engaged last May on the 14th at Reflect, and we've been together ever since. So, what really happened was, during that time period, Brittany and I, we were best friends. And I truly believe that, she was my friend and I was her friend. I absolutely loved her. She was like a cute little girl to me, cute little sister, who I really enjoyed being around. But I didn't have any feelings towards her or anything like that. So I would get her plugged into the church and get her into small groups, and she just loved hanging out with me.
So I'll tell you how it actually went, despite what Kris says, which is not all true. I'm not sure how he can lie on such a video, but we'll move on. We met at church, that's true. And then we kind of got to know each other more after I got baptized. He would take me to Bill and Cindy's Bible study Sunday nights, and he would take me to church sometimes, and he really got me plugged in. He would always plan hangouts with people, like 30 plus people from our church would hang out so often, and he really got me plugged in, and that was so great. And so we just hung out a lot. I didn't like him. People started to kind of ask questions as to why we would hang out so much, and my roommate would ask stuff, and I would always say, no, it's just KO. I don't like him like that. And honestly, I really didn't like his hair, I know it seems shallow. It wasn't even just his hair. I mean, I just didn't think he was cute in general. Not like that, at least. I thought he had nice teeth, but that's about it.
Literally what happened was, she got baptized, plugged in, everything, best friend status. She went home to Norfolk, Virginia Beach for the summer, and she really loved me, and at this point I didn't think it was anything weird, like she liked me like that, but it was pretty obvious that she did when she was calling me every day and texting me every day. It was really cute, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking to her every single day, but it slowly developed into something that I knew she wanted me to pursue after her.
Yeah, I really didn't like him at first. I didn't like him until, I don't know, we would just talk on the phone a lot. It was definitely excessive. We would text all day. When he came home for the summer, we would hang out every day. We seriously went sharing every day. We went to morning prayer in Norfolk every day. And that was Kris that was really heading up that kind of stuff to do that so often. And I just really loved his fire for the Lord. I thought he was really cool.
Especially one time when I was in the car with her, and we were talking about flowers, and she said something to the fact of you don't get flowers for anybody. And I was like, only special girls, And I could tell in the twinkling of her eye, she really wanted flowers from me. And this was well before we started dating. And it's just funny because, her side of the story, she's going to tell you that she didn't like me at all. But all these things, she wanted from me. She wanted a relationship from me.
We used to walk around Waterside a lot, and, I started to like him then, obviously. I mean, yeah, that was in June. It was in June. It was. When did we start dating? July? Yeah. So, about June, I'd say that I might have liked him. Might have.
I was the one that said, hey, if you don't want to date me, she's not the one that came up with this. If you don't want to date me, then we need to not talk anymore because I like you and we can't just be friends anymore. I gave her an ultimatum. Yes, I did. Because she was saying one thing when we would be together and she's telling other people something completely
There
different.
was a night, if you don't recall, Christopher, where, you know, I called him up and I just told him, you know, I guess it's just that we can't hang out anymore. We just can't be friends. And I was really upset, you know, because he was a great friend. But, you know, I knew that was what I needed to do because I knew that it was raising too many questions, you know, for the people around us. And I didn't like him, so I didn't want, you know, that kind of confusion.
We were walking down in downtown Norfolk, a place that we always like have our dates there, awesome dates that we have down there. And when we were walking, Brittany was like, Kris, you just need to grow a set. And I'm like, what? She goes, you just need to grow a set. And so I asked her, and we've been dating ever since. That was July 8th of 2010. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it because that's literally what happened.
If that doesn't set the record straight, I don't know what does. I definitely didn't like him. Now I do. And, yeah. And I have been a Lakers fan since 2000, okay? I promise. Yeah.
First, let's get the record straight. She wasn't a Lakers fan. She became a fan because she wanted me to like her.
I have family in California. Kris doesn't even know anybody over there, so I don't even know why he's a fan. I'm actually like, you know, pretty much a native, but not really. And that's how the story really went.
Loving you is elementary, easier than 1, 2, 3. Well, I passed school, so consequently it's coming so naturally. Ayo. A is for all that you've done for me. Being with you's the only place I wanna be. Seeing is the only thing I wanna see. Cause loving you is easy. 1, cause you're the only one for me. 2 is you and I hope you agree. 3 is for the words that you're making me speak. I love you, it's so easy. It's easy, it's easy, it's easy. Oh, loving you is easy, it's easy, yeah. Let's not make this complicated. I never made the honor roll. Cause overthinking's overrated, and there's something that you should know. Let me count the reasons why. A is for all that you've done for me. Being with you's the only place I wanna be. Seeing you's the only thing I wanna see. Cause loving you is easy. 1, cause you're the only one for me. 2 is you and I hope you agree. 3 is for the words that you're making me speak. I love you, it's so easy. The hardest part was finding you, but once I did, I knew. Ayo, let me count the reasons why. I'm gonna start with A is for all that you've done for me. Being with you's the only place I wanna be. Seeing you's the only thing I wanna see. Cause loving you is easy. 1, cause you're the only one for me. 2 is you and I hope you
there you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were. With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh yes, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Feels so fine. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life. Everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went, it seems I've been there before. You brighten up for me all of my days. Love so sweet in so many ways. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh yes, how sweet it is to be loved by you. And my sugar sometimes. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. You were better for me than I was for myself. For me there's you and there ain't nobody else. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved.
No New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate covered candy hearts to give away. No first of spring, no song to sing. In fact, here's just another ordinary day. No April rain, no flowers bloom, no wedding Saturday within the month of June. But what it is something true, made up of these three words that I must say to you. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called